Hey, this is Ant bringing you a Unreal Engine 4 tutorial. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a homing missile using the Reynolds steering behaviour system. So I'll quickly demonstrate that now. So you hit play, just going to quickly eject, and what you should see here is a missile heading towards a target that's moving. So without further ado, I'll go into how you can do that now. So for this tutorial I've created a project that you can download from GitHub. This includes a missile, a moving target, and another turret that I'll be using in a later tutorial. So the link will be included in the description below, and it will take you to GitHub. So once you get into GitHub, all you've got to do is, under the main branch, just go to where it says code, click the drop down, download the zip, and you'll get all the assets that are included in my project. If you want to use your own assets, that's absolutely fine, but for this tutorial I'll be using the ones included in this project. So, as I mentioned in the intro, we'll be using Reynolds steering behaviours, and these are effectively used to guide autonomous agents, and they're worth looking at if you're interested in the field of AI and how to move an agent from one position to another. In particular, for this tutorial we'll be looking at the seek behaviour. So if you have a look on a Google search and look for seek, and also I'll provide a link below to the Reynolds steering behaviour paper, that's absolutely fine. But for this one we're just going to be focused on seek, so making the missile move to one place to the other, or in this case making the missile move to a target. So we'll get into that now. So we're going to open up the missile BP. And the first thing that we need to do is, well, we need to give this missile an actor so that it can use it as a target. So under variables I'm going to click plus variable, and I want the variable type to be an actor. Object reference, and I'm just going to call that target. And so target, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that in. From this I'm going to check if it's got a valid reference. So as soon as it begins play, it'll check it will have a valid target. If it does, I'm going to create another variable, and this one I'm just going to call it, say, has target. If that's valid, set that to true. Now that the missile has an ability to have a target, we need to code the actual behaviour now. So if you bear with me on this one, I'll try and explain it step by step what we're doing. So I'm going to be using the event tick for here. So put an event tick, and then what I want to do is, using that branch, I'm just going to check if it has a target. If it has a target, it's true, continue on. So, first thing we need to do is, well, we need to basically get the direction of this, or a steering vector. So what we need to do is, we need to drag in a target, and we need to get its location. Get actor location. And then what we need to do next is we need to subtract it from the actual missile's location. So what that will do is, that will give you the direction, or in this case I'm just going to call it a steering vector. So from there, right click that, promotes a new variable, I'm going to call it steering vector. Hit compile. And then we're going to connect that to true. Okay, so now that we've got the steering vector, what we need to do is we need to normalise the steering vector to get a desired velocity. Now, the reason why we do this is normalising something puts it between the range of 0 and 1, and we want to use that desired velocity to modify it with a speed variable. So what we need to do is we'll drag in our steering vector, and from that we'll type in normalise. And what we're going to do is we'll promote that to a variable, and we're going to call it, as I just said, desired velocity. Connect that to that. Now that we've got a desired velocity, we can use a speed factor. So we can drop that in with control. We can multiply it by a float. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to promote that to a variable. And I'm going to call that speed. And compile. And then as default, I'm just going to give it a speed of 4. Hold Alt, drag in a desired velocity node, and connect that up. Now we've got something that can be set based on the speed of the missile, and we'll just make that instance editable so that it can be seen in the editor as well. So as a quick recap, we have a target, we're checking if the target's valid. We've got a direction, we've got a vector that's been normalised to allow speed to be taken into account. So the last thing that needs to be done next is we need to basically make the missile move towards it. So all that we do is we drag in our desired velocity, I want to add to another vector, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get out to location, and we're going to connect that into here. Okay, from this, I want to basically set an actor, location and rotation, and connect that. So okay, so obviously we want the missile to rotate towards its target, so what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to quickly use the steering vector, which is just direction. I'm going to drag that. And then from that I'm going to make rotation from X, or make rot from X, and I'm going to plug that into that. And that's pretty much the seek behaviour to make an object move towards another. So in the last part I'll just demonstrate it in action. So it's time to demonstrate this code in action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the editor and I'm going to find the missile, which is here. As you can see in the default tab, it's got a speed of 4, but however it doesn't have a target yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click the eyedropper, pick active from scene, and then I'm going to hit play and quickly eject. And as you can see, because of the seek behaviour, it's following the target pretty perfectly, but however it's not really interesting, it's not acting like how a missile would. So what I need to do next is I need to go into the missile blueprint, and obviously this has got a collision included. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do an equal object, grab the target, get a branch. If that's true, I want to spawn an emitter at a location. And I'm going to just choose the particle system. Again, that's from the starter content, so you can get to it easily. And then obviously I want the actor transform, split the struct pen, connect location to that, rotation to that, hit save, hit play, eject, and as you can see here, it'll explode. Oh, I did forget one last thing. Obviously it's collided. I want to destroy the actor. Destroy the actor. Compile and save. Hit play, eject, and there you go. So the missile explodes. Let's try and demonstrate it a little bit more. Obviously because it's not moving fast, but let's choose the 2D size, scroll the character and hit play. And as you can see, it seeks towards the play, only it's running a little bit fast, so let's just reduce the speed, give you a chance to click on, and there. You can see the missile chasing me around the map. Thank you for watching my video. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe to my channel.